Hello and welcome to the first episode of my new series I'm going to be doing, and one that I actually plan on doing in my free time because it's something that I'll be able to work on while the school year's going. And that is my custom Fallout settlements. And today we'll be starting off with the capital of my faction, the Minutemen, aka the castle, which, as I'm sure you can already tell from here, looks a lot scarier to approach than it does in its unedited form. But let's go. So the story is this takes place about 20 to 30 years after the game ending. So my Minutemen have spread out to the point where we control pretty much the entire Commonwealth. We have it under an iron grip. And from here, the castle has been fortified to act as the control center for the entire Minutemen and all of their operations. As you can see, it's really fortified, and you can also hear Radio Freedom being blared over the megaphones. We have a little memorial to fallen soldiers. We come around to the side to find it's pretty well fortified. And the only real beach where you could land at if you were going to approach by sea is also pretty well fortified. Odds are guards would always be patrolling this. The castle's farm is located here. So, can you please be quiet up there? Thank you. So, my castle is completely self-sufficient. We do not need to rely on any outside help to keep the place supplied. So we have our own farm, our own water purification, and our own, yeah, like, we also have enough storage to store up, and we also have a lot of ammunition stored here. Up front in the courtyard, you'll find a decent little space for when you first enter, but what kind of catches my eye right away whenever I walk in is the little podium area.
Nobody has enough to eat. Can't you do something to help?
I have tons of food.
Out here? You gotta take things one day at a time.
So we have a little speech area, so for
Whatever
odds are Garvey is the one giving the speech to new recruits, which these guys are. They're currently in their recruit uniforms. So these guys are going to be trained to be actual proper soldiers for the Minutemen. And well, yeah, it's just your little welcoming speech. We continue right up. This is a...
There are so many neat things to mess around with out here.
Can you people stop interrupting me? This door is not supposed to be locked. I don't know why it is, so I'm gonna have to quick open the editor to get through it. But inside, we have the main broadcasting center, an area where we're printing our own little, quote-unquote informational stuff. Totally not propaganda.
I hope you're finding the
Got McCready in his power armor, custom flag.
7 p.m. here at Radio Freedom.
The main area where we control all of our listening equipment, to where we listen in on the broadcasts of our enemies, such as the Gunners and the Brotherhood Remnant. Up top, we have an air traffic control for our 2 helipads we have located at the castle. And then up here, you can actually access the antenna itself, or the various little sensors and radios and listening equipment we also have added up here. Let's carry on back. Oh crap, I'm forgetting my way around my own place. That's sad. Okay, let's continue. Who keeps closing this? We come back out here. We have the castle's little kitchen area for cooking for the troops. Because, I mean, how else are you gonna... Who's gonna want to join the Minutemen if you don't get to eat? Over here, we have the requisitions desk.
Yes?
So if you need to requisition a new rifle or get your rifle maintained or equipped, repaired, you'll bring it to this guy and he'll do it for you. Or if you need a new weapon, he'll get it for you from the armory, which is stored in that bastion.
Nothing stays hidden forever. At least,
Yeah, let me continue. We have the main barracks, which this is where anyone who's staying as part of the permanent garrison would stay. Come around
there. Ow.
Oh, also drinking buddies here to try and keep up morale of the troops. Good boy, dog meat. How's it going? Oh yeah, also if you notice, we have quite a few guard dogs here, not just counting dog meat. Since this location is still currently under construction. We have some of our construction equipment just sitting around because we currently are lacking supplies to continue. We come around over here, we have the Power Armor Workshop, which had once been the armory, but using some mods, I was able to completely scrap everything in there to make room for this. And here we have what was once a stolen piece of Brotherhood Power Armor that's currently being repaired and restored. Also has been repainted partially, so with Minutemen colors. We have my personal suit of Power Armor that I use whenever I'm going out to the front lines.
I'll get these kids whipped into
And then
shape. Don't worry.
Also, here's Ronnie Shaw. She's pretty much in charge of the castle's garrison. She doesn't really have much control over anything else, but she more or less is just in charge of the castle security, so she often is here just watching over one of the more important rooms, being the Power Armor storage and workshop.
Howdy.
If we head on out, we have access to what will soon be the archives, or more storage for the archives. I mean, up here we have just paperwork, because yes, to run an army does require a lot of paperwork. We have some storage, some extra boxes just strewn around here, because we're still waiting on getting the rest of the area fixed and ready. Head over here, we have the medical,
It's 8 o'clock. You're listening to Radio Freedom.
some
the
posters
home
just to
of
remind you
Minutemen.
cleanliness is godliness. Have you taken your medication today? Eat well, live well, just to make sure our troops stay healthy. But for anyone that needs immediate, like, medical attention, they get brought here by our medical vertibird, which is located up here, and thrown on one of the beds, and they get to work on them. There's nothing on that far wall as of yet, other than the 2 artillery pieces, which really nothing special about that, so we'll continue this way. So we gotta head back down, open the door again.
Hi, how are you?
If we carry on, we have something a little unique over here. You may be wondering, what are some of these rockets from the Nuka Galaxy ride doing here? The story is, we're preparing for war with the Gunners, because the Gunners have been getting a little...
All quiet here.
They've been getting a little cocky and coming closer and closer to Minutemen-controlled territory. And if they cross over into our territory and do some not-so-nice things, it will be war. But the idea is, we're planning on setting up some of these rockets at makeshift launch sites. Well, these aren't actual rockets. They're just big pieces of metal. There's nothing inside of them. Like, there's no real engine or anything. They're just all decorations. But the idea is, the Gunners don't know that. Because, keep in mind, they couldn't comprehend as to what any of the stuff at Nuka World was actually for. So they would see these and think that they are just big, actual missiles. And by setting these up, when the Gunner Scouts see them, they will report back to base that the Minutemen have these long-range missiles set up. And that would scare the Gunner commanders, because then that means we can strike their headquarters with ease. Which we actually can't, but the Gunners will fall for the trick and believe that we can. We head this way. We have an area which will soon be more decorated. It's more or less...
What's left of it?
Where? Can you shut up, Piper? Thank you. If we head over here, we have just where most of the pilots stay. Got some water storage. The main landing pad, which has a bunch of cargo currently being unloaded and sorted, as well as the power armor, which is painted very patriotically, though I'm not going to tell you why. There's something special that will be coming this Thursday.
All across the Commonwealth. Nothing to
Again,
report.
some more of that stuff being worked on to make those rockets. Then we gotta head over down to the water purification / cargo docks. So if we head down these stairs, it does wind down a ways. It will bring us down to another critical area of the castle, the water purification and storage. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of water stored in here and sloshing around, and all the water purifiers that are currently pumping out clean water for the castle. We head out this massive blast door. Let's give it a second. We have the cargo docks, which, well, there's really not much to it other than the fact, well, it's just cargo. It's a cargo dock. The cargo would be loaded on the carts and rolled over here, and then rolled up onto this platform to where the crane can get at it, and then so that way we can actually move that stuff into the castle. Over here we have what I like to call the temporary barracks. So if you're a soldier that's currently being sent to the castle as just like as a rest stop for your trip onwards, deeper into the actual... So say you're currently coming from up north and you're going to be transferred south, and maybe for some reason the castle's on your route, you'll be currently stationed here for like the 1 or 2 days that you get a rest on the way there. That's really all there is to it. We're going to head back into the actual castle. Again, also notice how this area had once been an entrance, but we only have the one entrance on the far side, so that way it's very difficult for people to actually get in. And it makes it easier for us to defend because we have only one entrance we actually have to look after. Then, we'll head around.
Yes?
Hello? We have one of our 3 artillery batteries, another crane for moving cargo around, especially considering our backup plan in case the gunners do not surrender and fall for the missile trick. So it's after we destroyed the Brotherhood, we managed to salvage Liberty Prime, but even though it's been 20-30 years, we still have yet to get him functioning. But the idea is if we have him sitting here, not the Minutemen, what am I saying? I'm the Minutemen. The gunners will fall for the trick, because this trick is way more believable than that of the missiles. They'll see this big robot and be like, yeah, we probably shouldn't mess with the Minutemen. Yeah, let's just not. Like, that's what they'll believe. Come down here, we have a little maintenance area for him. Just random supplies and equipment, some more of the bombs, which go in the bomb storage rack. We have a little elevator that brings us down to where more of the bombs are being currently stored and worked on, so they're ready for the deployment of Liberty Prime. Assuming we do figure out how to get them running. We have a little ramp so we can walk down into the lake and walk out. We have a camera so we can record his maiden deployment as a agent of the Minutemen. A communications equipment so we can stay in contact with him. And let's head back up.
This
we
unit is ready to serve.
This is C1. He is a robot that pretty much replaced Sarge. So you know the old sentry that used to be down below? So supposedly he has some of Sarge's memory banks and is Sarge but in the new body and repaired and functioning again. Again, another artillery piece. This one has some lights. Primarily so those who are approaching the castle from the only entrance will be able to easily see the artillery piece and be like, okay, we're going to get shelled if we approach from this way. So that way it just detours them from trying to actually attack. Which would be a guard post, but since we're currently still working on it, it's not much here. But the only noteworthy thing here is the mini nuke launcher we currently have set up. There is nothing in there other than those 2 generators, so let's continue onward. Back down here we have a storage area for all the extra supplies needed to repair Liberty Prime. And if we head down, we're going to head into the actual castle itself. So, say you're say you're the leader of a settlement and you're just having raider troubles and you need to come visit with me, the general, to just discuss those matters. So you'd come here, you'd come with your advisors, I'd have my advisors, and inside is the meeting room. But the meeting room is full of reminders of the Minutemen's power, such as just trophies of things we have taken down, as well as just reminders of things we have done. For example, we have a banner that belongs to the Pack, the Operators, and the Disciples. Since we took over Nuka World, we wiped out all 3 of these raider gangs in one fell swoop. So we took these banners of theirs as a trophy. We just got some random creatures that we have killed. A Deathclaw, which again just shows the power of the Minutemen that we easily killed one of those things. The Claw of the Mirelurk Queen that had previously had its nest in the castle before we came and took it over. A Minutemen flag, of course, because, well, We're the Minutemen. A Nuka World flag as a reminder that we control Nuka World. A banner from the Children of Adam, because during my playthrough of the Far Harbor, I chose to wipe out the Children of Adam, so this shows again, no one is safe when trying to face us. And then this hieroglyphics thing that I believe was stolen from a museum. I don't know. I think one of the recon teams took it back here. But all I'm going to say is I hope this thing ain't haunted, because if it is, yeah, we're in trouble. Shut the door behind us. A little waiting area. This walkway leads up into the actual medical center. So say one of your friends got injured, you could wait here to hear the news about him.
Consider themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful.
In here, we have one of the two officers' quarters. This one would belong to one of the two, like, high-ranking members within the Minutemen. So I assume one of these would belong to Garvey. I'm guessing the other would belong to Ronnie Shaw. Down here, I assume there's some corruption going on, considering we have all these caps hidden here. I wonder who's paying them.
All quiet.
Oh, one of our many guard dogs.
Stay safe
I know everything's going to be okay, especially when you're around.
Sure. We'll go with that. Then over here, we have my quarters. It's filled with even more memorabilia, such as weapons, the toy soldier that MacReady gives you, my bed, which I have a little something hidden under here. You can see, assuming I can grab it. Give me a second. I'm gonna try and grab this thing. My bed. No, it fell to the floor. No. Dang it. But I had a little teddy bear hidden under there as like a joke that I sleep with a teddy bear, just as kind of like a joke. What's that? It went through the floor now. Teddy! More things these are all things I have killed without any help. Just my actual workspace, bunch of random paperwork and office supplies, more storage, nuclear quantum, some wine, more memorabilia, my personal combat armor, and that's all there is to it. We have my assistant's office. So say I'm currently busy meeting with someone, but someone needs to get some critical paperwork, they'll come and visit the assistant. And then here's the final part of the tour, the armory. So normally if you're just someone who works in the armory, you'll come through this door. But if we're moving new supplies in, we would open this door up for easier access, so we can just roll the carts in. But let's keep that shut for now since we're not moving supplies in. You okay, dude?
I'm just so hungry all the time.
I don't think being hungry has something to do with you spazzing out. But back here we have a bunch of inactive distress pulsers. We always hand one of these out with every single one of our recon teams. Random equipment that's we're preparing to move into the actual storage area. More just random stuff. 5.56 rounds. Here you see some of our weapons, which are here because we have an order coming in to where we're going to be shipping these out to a different one of our bases, so they're here ready to be shipped out. This guy will be waiting here to take any of your requests. So say you've been told to go grab a sniper rifle from the armory, you'd bring the paperwork here, hand it to him, he'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, check's good, come back here, check it on his very dirty terminal. Hey, dude, get your terminal cleaned. It's pretty messy. But yeah, he'd come back here, check it out with the files and paperwork, maybe call into the archives, see if he has clearance to get said weapon. Then he'll come back here through one of our more miscellaneous storage of more just random equipment. Come back and open the actual armory, which, as you can tell, is full of a lot of things that go boom, bam, pow, pew, and rat-a-tat-a-tat-a, and burnt. Or just kaboom. Because, yeah. Also, we have some of those, I believe these are called Milas. Since we are allied with the railroad, we got our hands on a few of these to actually use in spying on raider locations and gunner positions. We carry on back here, some random, just more storage. We got some, I assume are some rations are in these cans. I don't know. The cooks will not tell me what they put in there, which has me concerned. Purified water, because again, you'll also come here to get your rations. And then mini nukes and some more fusion cores and just random storage. And up here leads to one of the other artillery batteries. And well, that concludes the tour. So
A good reminder of what we're fighting for.
let's just walk out. And we'll finish this off with a nice cinematic like view of the courtyard, which we can see from up here.
Yes?
This is Radio
Who keeps opening the gates? You people need to stop doing that. Okay, but let's head up.
You stay safe, people.
But being the general of the Minutemen, I occasionally do like to just look at everything that I have helped build, or everything that my leadership, with everything that's been built under my leadership. Like, you look, this place is relatively impressive. Or, so like, yeah. Comment down below what you thought of the build, what you'd like to see me add, or any suggestions of what I could turn other settlement locations into. And remember, we're the Minutemen, of the people, for the people.